steak-themed sloppy podcast where we slop up the steaks real good. Today, we got the Outback Steakhouse center cut sirloin. I got 11 ounce.
And I got the 8 ounce. That was good.
Yeah, you like that?
That was good first podcast. I'm proud of you, bro.
I'm kind of a podcaster. Today, as accoutrement, we've got two pieces
of
accompaniment, I think.
Okay.
We've got 2 pieces of Cane's toast because we didn't want to get a water from the Outback Steakhouse.
Yeah, we didn't want to order a water to go, and we didn't want to...
It just felt wrong.
We didn't want to slow slop our steak with an ice cube.
We did not want to slow slop.
We talked about it and we thought about it,
and it did not seem like a very palatable idea.
I was too embarrassed to do it. I didn't want to reach because they come in the mugs, the glass. Yeah,
like this. Yeah,
it's in like what is it? It's a frosted mug, like a beer mug that your dad drinks from,
but not frosted.
Not frosted, but there's ice cubes, and
like
I didn't want to
plastic.
reach my hand in and get an ice cube out. My hand wouldn't fit in there. I got big hands.
No, last time we went to that Outback Steakhouse was actually the first time I ever slopped up a steak.
I forgot you put it in.
I just dunked it directly into the water because I didn't want to spill it out on the plate. It felt wrong. But I did. I dunked that steak. I slopped it up real good. Real good. Welcome back to Sloppy Seconds, the only sloppy steak themed podcast.
The only sloppy steak themed podcast.
So, let's talk about our dining experience from start to finish, okay? We started with the signature Outback Steakhouse brown bread. What are your thoughts?
I liked it.
I thought it was just okay.
I thought it was just okay.
Yeah.
I enjoyed it, but it was just okay.
It was just okay. But
it was enjoyable.
But it was enjoyable.
It was bread.
It was pliable.
It was yeah.
Yeah.
It was bread.
I like the butter.
It was just whipped butter.
It was just whipped butter, but
the bread, I expected the bread to be
that.
harder and like have a crust, but it was soft. The whole thing was soft.
Yeah, that's that signature Outback Steakhouse brown bread. You know what I mean?
Are you trying to say, are you trying to use, what are the words?
Buzzwords?
Yeah, you're trying to use buzzwords?
Hashtag signature Outback Steakhouse brown bread. We got big guy.
There's a guy like no hate, because respect the man, love him to death. Like 2 booths over, he had a napkin like that he's using as a bib, and it wasn't one of the Outback Steakhouse napkins. That's the only reason I thought it was so funny.
Man brought his own napkin.
It was his own
Outback Steakhouse.
Yeah, it was his own like separate napkin that he brought in just to use as a bib.
I feel like this is a good transition to the single white guys talking point. There was so many single white guys.
There were so many white dudes at a table for 2
by themselves.
Even a table for 4.
Yeah, the guy next to us was in a booth all by himself.
Yeah, I was just so confused.
Hey, that's white people.
That's white people.
What can I say?
What? White people.
What's next? Do you want to talk about your salad?
My salad was good.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was a really good salad.
It's a really good salad.
I got a house salad. So with each of the steaks, we get 2 sides.
2 sides. That's an Outback special.
This man got double fry.
Double fries.
Big men get double fry. I got fry. I got house salad. House salad was pretty good.
Got French dressing.
I did get French dressing. That was the deep cut on it. Was the French dressing? It was pretty good.
Very French.
I don't know.
Like French Canadian or like French mainland.
Quebecois. What do you think about the fries?
I'm not a big steak fry guy, but they were pretty solid. Mine were a little bit on the cold end though, but what you gonna do about it?
What are you gonna do?
What are you gonna do?
I thought my fries were pretty good.
Yeah,
they were decent.
They were well seasoned.
They were well seasoned.
They had like just the right amount of salt, and I appreciated that.
I know yours. You said you were sitting out for a minute, so you probably didn't get as much. But mine had like the perfect fry. Like when you bite into it, like they weren't too soggy to where they gave too much.
Yeah. But
like it had the nice little like tear apart, not crunch, but you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. I prefer a crunchy fry though. I like my fries with a little ka-chow.
This guy loves steak and shake fries. I bet.
I do love the steak and shake fries.
They are good. Steak and fries.
Steak and frake.
Steak and frake. They're only good with cheese sauce.
Comment if you want to watch us go to Steak and Frick in next episode of Sloppy Seconds, the only sloppy steak themed podcast.
That's not where we're going next episode.
No, we're not.
Planned out. You can't give it away yet. End of the pod.
End of the pod.
That's the paywall.
That's
the paywall.
$2. You get to know. You get early access. Follow us on Patreon.
And an extra 10
Sloppy
minutes.
Seconds.
An extra 10 minutes of us eating an entire 6-ounce sirloin, drenched in water,
just soaking wet.
Soaking wet.
We sous vide it without the bag.
we actually put water in the bag and then put it into the sous vide. It was perfect.
Why don't we get to the main event?
The steak.
The steak. It was fucking weird.
It was really weird. The steaks were I think, hands down, this is the weirdest steak I've ever had.
100%.
I'm going to be completely
honest.
honest.
And I never thought it'd be a very run-of-the-mill.
I thought it would just be a steakhouse steak.
Because this is only the second time I've been to Outback. We've always been more of a Texas Roadhouse or Longhorn family. But
I mean, this is the one that, like, this is the first one that got put in, like, close to us.
The rest are in Australia.
The rest are in Australia.
Oh
the
my
Prime Minister.
The Prime Minister of Australia.
This is the first
just
reach out.
Barely trickling in.
And that's why there were drop bears on the ceiling. I get it now.
Oh my gosh.
Oh my god.
They were gonna get all of us for giving off the bad reviews. That's why we got to do it in the car.
That's why we got to do it in the car. They kicked us out.
But the steaks were like, it was like the weirdest sear I've ever seen.
So if a sear on a steak is normally like a cross cut, like it's put on a grill, or they put the thing on it where it goes both ways and it makes a crisscross and it looks nice. It looks like they took a flat iron to it. The whole, like, the top, how much would you say? Like 1/16 of an inch?
Yeah.
1/8 of an inch?
It was just like a solid chunk of brown.
It was a solid chunk of brown.
Looked
on
like
both
a
sides.
Minecraft dirt block.
On both sides.
Yeah.
Shit, if we left it sit there, it could have got the green top.
It could have gotten the green top, and I probably would have liked it a little bit more.
I would have liked it a little more if it had a green top, honestly.
But what can you do?
But what I thought it was, I think whoever the cook was pre-seared the steak, because we both got medium rare. His was a little undercooked.
Mine was a little undercooked, but I would rather it be undercooked than overcooked. I'm that guy. I'd take the bite out of the cow, but
if you're getting it medium rare, that's what you're paying for, you know?
Right.
But I do think if you get a medium rare, you should get a medium rare steak.
That's true.
It's not hard to do.
It's not that hard to do.
His, in the middle, it looked like they didn't leave it on for long enough.
Yeah.
But it was like the difference of like, probably like a minute.
Like, it really wasn't that deep.
Yeah, it's not that deep. But no, it looks like they took the steaks, they seared them on both sides to medium rare, and they set them to the side. And they put them on the cold side, and they were like, if someone wants a medium steak, we throw it back on for however long they want it. Same with was it well done, medium rare, or medium well.
Yeah.
But if they got a medium rare, what are they gonna do? They throw it on for just a little bit longer. My steak was a little cold.
Yeah, and mine was pretty tough.
Mine was really tough.
They were definitely out sitting for too long.
Lo and behold, I tried to pick up. I took a nice long cut. Mm-hmm. It was an 8-ounce steak, so mine wasn't that long. But it was just a nice little cut, and I tried to take a bite out of it, and it got stuck.
Yeah.
And I had to
You had to gnaw at it a little.
I had to gnaw at it, and the waitress saw, and I was a little embarrassed. I'm gonna be honest with you.
He's got weak bite force.
And that's when I started laughing. I was like, it's just I can't do it.
I know, it's hard. It's hard out here for a Sloppy Seconds podcast host. It's a really tough world.
It is a tough world for a Sloppy Seconds podcast host.
But what can you do?
Not much.
Not much. I don't know if you noticed this. When I cut into it the first time, it looked like little crystals.
I saw that too.
Yeah, like the browning was like crystallized. It was strange.
I think it was the seasoning.
You think it was the way?
I think it was the way,
like a flaky salt.
I think they put a flaky salt, but like flaky salt, to my knowledge, you put flaky salt on after.
It's a finishing salt.
It's a finishing salt.
It's not your main season. You don't it's not your kosher salt.
Because then it won't absorb into the meat,
mm-hmm.
and it'll just sit there and it'll do what it did. Where I think it just gets a little harder and it kind of like forms a film.
Yeah, it was definitely very strange.
It was,
but
it was odd, but
that won't stop us.
It won't stop us
from slopping it up. Let's get on to the slop
We're
section.
Not there yet.
Oh wait, what do we have left?
How comically shaped my steak was.
It was so funny. It looked like the diving board.
It looked like
video game food. I was about to walk
food.
the plank.
It looked like video game food.
Looked like Spy Kids when you pull the burger out the microwave.
No. That's like You know those games where you have the to get health back, it's like a steak?
Yeah.
That's what mine fucking looked like. It looked like the steak and fries that's sitting on the plate.
It genuinely looked more square than the Minecraft steak. Like, the Minecraft steak had more definition than that steak.
The Minecraft steak has, like, some curvature. Mine was like, imagine the Minecraft steak if you took a flat iron to it and just pressed down.
Yeah.
That's all it was.
It was really funny.
It was bad. It was not the best.
But
what can you do?
That's the Outback Steakhouse.
That's Outback Steakhouse. We both got pretty cheap steaks. We got center cut sirloin.
Yeah, mine was 21, 22.
What? Money? Oh, yeah. I thought you were talking about ounces. I was like,
mine's relatively small, 22-ounce steak.
He got an 11-ounce. I got an 8-ounce. Mine was $19 with 2 sides. I'd say it was pretty good.
Pretty good deal.
I'm gonna be honest. I thought I ordered the 6-ounce. I wanted to order the 6-ounce. I just wasn't paying attention.
But
I wasn't disappointed.
It wasn't that bad.
It was $20.
Yeah, and I feel like if you did it, I kind of regret the double fries. I wish I got a salad.
The salad was good.
Because then I could have, like, split my meal a little more.
You know, I told you after the salad, I was like, I'm feeling a little full off of this.
Yeah. But that's just because you're cutting right now.
I am cutting right now. This is the only real meal I've had today. I lied. I got something crazy this morning. This is a little off the books. I'm sorry, pod. On my way back from the lift this morning, I stopped at Dunkin'. I had Dunkin' for the first time.
He dunked some donuts, just like we're about to dunk these steaks. Stay tuned.
They had like loaded hash browns.
Oh.
They were okay. I needed to put fuel in my body, I felt like. I got an iced coffee. I'm not going to front. The iced coffee is sitting in the Minecraft Creeper mini fridge.
I think I've had Dunkin' once. I think I was in an airport on my way to Florida with my family. And I was like 13, 14.
Damn.
So I just got donuts. But we do not live in an area with a lot of Dunkin' Donuts. This is a Tim Hortons household.
There's a lot of Dunkin' around here.
I mean, nowadays they're kind of coming in, but it's way more Tim's than Dunkin'.
Next to where I used to live, there's a Dunkin' Taco Bell.
And that makes no sense.
It makes no sense. Let's get back on track.
Yeah.
I think it's time to slop it up.
You think it's time to slop up our steaks?
I think it's time to slop it up.
But first, a message from our sponsors.
Who are our sponsors?
Nobody.
Our families that are watching.
Thank you.
We appreciate you guys watching the Sloppy Seconds podcast.
This
is the first time we're doing this. Really excited about it.
So stay tuned every Thursday. Watch your favorite steaks get slopped up, getting in the sloppy slammer.
Yeah.
Shall we?
We shall.
So today,
do you want to show them our
masterful pieces? Hey, we can kind of show them with your piece. Mine, you can't really see it so much.
It is cold.
It is very cold.
So I have a little piece of steak left.
I don't know if you can see just how weird the sear is, though. The lighting's not great.
You kind of can. That is what the sear is. It is that. Look.
It doesn't look that bad on the camera, but sometimes the
whole thing is like a brick, though.
Do we get up close and personal with the water?
No, we don't.
Do we slop?
No, we don't. We don't slop it like that, Terry. Let me show you.
Do we bring the?
Right, let me show you how.
Do we bring the slop to the camera?
Actually, our sponsor, Cane's, right now.
Cane's. All this, and 2 pieces of toast for $2.
Bustin'. All right, boys.
Can I?
Do you want to? He's taking a sip first.
Let's slop it up! Yeah!
Let's go slop. That's a lot of slop.
For the car, that's a lot of slop.
Alright, that's a lot of car slop.
I hate the ice.
Show it.
I hate the ice.
Alright, I'm not looking forward to this.
He's never slopped up a steak before. He's never slopped a steak, ladies and gents.
It is cold.
We just poured ice water on it. It's been sitting in there. It was cold when we got it.
It made it so much easier to bite into.
It's pretty good.
No, it's not.
Yeah, it is. You're wrong.
Fuck, dude.
It's good.
No, it's not.
It's good.
Do you want my bite?
I'll take his bite.
Oh, don't dip it in more wine. He's dipping it like in sauce.
That's just some au jus, baby.
That's gross. That's gross, brother.
He's just not sloppy. He's not sloppy like me. Oh no.
What would you rate our experience at Outback?
Pre-slop?
Pre-slop and then a post-slop.
Pre and post-slop. Okay. Pre-slop, I'm going to give it a 6. The steak, a little underwhelming. The service was very fast.
I thought it was pretty good. Our waitress was really good. She was very nice.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. She was right there when we needed her.
Right when quick refills too.
Quick refills.
She had a lot of tables.
I watched her. I was counting. I'm not gonna lie. I was a little curious. She was going between like 5 or 6 tables. There were 2 waitresses in there that I saw.
Yeah.
There was the one that had the front section, and then her that had the back section, and there was the separate section over to the side.
Yeah.
3. I apologize. 3.
But I don't know. She was doing good.
She was doing good
because we got a lot of. There was kind of a second wind when we got there. I feel like.
Yeah. There's also there's 2 people in front of us that kept wanting to talk to her.
That's true. Would you like a napkin since we slopped up our hands?
I appreciate it.
But pre-slop, I'm gonna give it a 6.
Post-slop,
I'm gonna give it a 7.
Really?
Yeah, it made the steak more edible.
Wow.
It just made the steak
softer. The texture made me feel a little gross, though. I'm gonna be honest.
What? Just the wet?
I think it's because it's cold.
Well, yeah, I mean, maybe if we had warmer steaks, but unless we're gonna take the camera into the restaurants with us and do the pod in the.
I mean, or if we get like a hot steak.
Maybe we gotta start doing takeout.
No, I like the experience. For the review.
I like having the dine-in experience. Maybe we get 1 steak to eat in the restaurant and 1 steak through takeout. Fuck. And then we share the takeout steak and we slop up that steak.
Maybe.
We'll talk. We'll workshop that.
We'll workshop it later.
We'll workshop that.
Yeah.
What about you? What's your scores?
Oh shit. I feel like the service. When I go out to eat, I care more about the experience.
I agree.
Than I care about actually the food, to be completely honest with you. Because I'm like, if I want good food, I'll just look up a recipe.
I agree. To a degree.
You know, like I like the experience of sitting down, hanging out with my homies, or if I'm on a date, like hanging out with my girlfriend. I like talking to her. I like getting food brought to us. I like all the smells, all the new smells that you're getting at once. You know?
I agree, as long as the food is up to a certain point.
I agree as well. But that's just personally, I feel like I look for that more. I feel like the experience was very well. I got my salad really fast.
You did get your salad really fast.
I got my salad really fast, and then our food came out pretty fast.
Right, and I would rather they took a little bit more time on the food.
I agree.
If it means cutting back on that, like
undercooked,
on the undercooked and like the shortcuts with the steak. I would happily have waited another 5-10 minutes.
I agree. I would have waited another like 10 minutes happily.
Yeah, because we were in and out like that.
What, like less than 30, I think.
We got to the restaurant an hour ago, and we've been on the pod for almost 20 minutes.
Yeah, it was fast.
It was really fast, and I would have happily waited a little longer just to get a little bit more quality out of the steak.
Yeah, but I get it. It's an Outback Steakhouse.
But it's an Outback Steakhouse.
What do you expect?
I'm not expecting, Michelin star, that's for sure.
I think I'm going to give it a 5.6. 5.6 pre-slop, post-slop, taking it down to a 5.3. I know those are pretty low scores. I didn't mess with the slop as much.
But we can only go up.
It can only go up.
Or down, but let's hope it
only goes up.
Yeah.
So where are we going next week?
Next week?
Yeah. You don't remember?
Can you whisper it?
You want to go Longhorn?
We're gonna go to Longhorn Steak Roadhouse and get some sloppy steaks with I think they also have peanuts.
They do also have peanuts.
I know Texas Roadhouse has peanuts. My memory of a Longhorn
used to be able to throw them on the floor.
I was about to say, that's what I remember is the peanut shells on the floor.
We'll talk about it more next week.
Next week, I'm counting the peanuts. Be ready.
He's counting them.
I'm counting them.
And I'm excited.
Stay tuned for more Sloppy Seconds. Woo!
Remember, guys.
Stay sloppy.